Hey everyone, today I'm going to show you my work through to create prompts for automating the creation of content for the classroom. This week at school we did a bit of a session on questioning the author, which is a comprehension strategy that kids can use, teachers can use to help teach comprehension in the classroom. We're going to first of all start by researching the strategy very quickly. I'm not going to go into detail on it, but really what we're after is, what do I have to do to prepare a lesson using this style? That's really the big question. Then we're going to deconstruct those steps into a prompt, these things into a prompt. Then we're going to edit the prompt to make it better or to suit my particular style. And then we're going to run the prompt in order to get content required for a lesson on the topic. Then we are going to create the classroom ready materials that will be used in the lesson. So we'll get stuck into that. So the first step for me is perplexity. Here in Perplexity we give it a simple sort of a research assignment. It comes up with the basics of what we had asked, but it also gives us lots of sources where it got its particular information from. From here I usually just go to something that I think is going to be the most reliable or the most thorough. In this case often you'll just see Amazon there and you think to yourself, well, I could get the book. But what's interesting about this is this book has been read before by ChatGPT. So if we were to copy it and then go and ask questions of ChatGPT to summarize and give information on this book, then we are going to get all the answers we need. So I just have a chat here where I said, give me a summary of the teaching strategies described in that particular book, which is all about question the author. I get a general summary here, so I was pretty happy with that. And then I just said how a teacher should run the lesson. And in doing so, it gave us all the preparation required. It then continued on to do the same analysis for the book, Robust Comprehension. The sort of similar sort of things that I was happy with, I guess. Then we have these steps here. This is before the reading, and this is the things that a teacher needs to do before even the lesson. So I took that stuff there and I put it into another chat. Here in this chat we have all of that information, and I just said to it, I need you to help me create a prompt for a custom GPT. Now this is a custom GPT itself. It is called Prompt Engineer Pro. You can find it on the GPT store. I'll leave a link in the show notes. And it provided me with this particular prompt, which was great. And from there I start to improve on that particular prompt. You can see here what it is. I wasn't all that happy with it. I needed it to be very specific. So I went away and I made some adjustments. This is the finished copy. It's generally the same. It's very verbose, I found, but sometimes I think it just helps to have a bit of reminder there. It'll identify what the strategies are and give you a very good rundown of what's happening. I'm going to put this prompt in the show notes for anybody who's interested, and I think it's pretty much okay from there. So next thing we do is we go and we find ourselves a text, or it will write a text for us, but we'll go and find that one. So here we have the text that I found. It's about Asian elephants and scientists studying Asian elephants and the changes they had to make to their particular processes when they were doing that. And from there the GPT breaks it up, selects particular things, sections for discussion. It will create objectives for what exactly this text would be really good for. Then it comes up with a general idea of what the question should be like, and it says, is this plan all good for you? And if you say proceed or yes or I'm happy, it'll continue to do that. So it takes the first chunk of text, it develops questions for that chunk of text, and it does everything I wanted it to do, which is quite nice. So with that in mind, we are now at a point where we have the materials we need for our particular lesson, and we're going to jump over to PowerPoint Creator, another custom GPT of my own design, and we're going to create PowerPoint slides for this particular project. So we've had that conversation now after a couple of minutes. This particular GPT does take a while, so I wasn't going to put it on to the conversation we're having. Essentially all I did was took those questions and those chunks and fed it in and said, can you make a PowerPoint out of this? To which it decided it was going to try and summarize the questions, and to which I said, I don't want the summary, I want the whole text. And then it said understood, and then it gave us all the stuff we needed. Then it said, what sort of images would you like? I asked for watercolor images. It says that's a great choice, and then it produced these particular images for us. The watercolor was my choice at that particular time. Then it went through a series of errors, as it often does when it's creating a PowerPoint, because of a couple of different things that are sort of off in the prompt. I think I need to be very specific about how I want the PowerPoint to be created. I need the images converted into PNGs. There's a couple of issues with that one. Eventually it gave us all the Python code in order to do just that, and gave us this presentation here. So if we just download it, it's probably the second time I have, it's not too big, and we can have a look at what our finished result is. And obviously we have some adjustments to do, so if we just edit this one, I think that the real bonus here is that the structure of the PowerPoint is all there, and it doesn't really matter whether or not you're doing a PowerPoint by hand. You're always going to have to resize all of your text boxes and pictures and get it all looking nice for yourself. I think the important thing is that it's all in there to start with, and you can adjust it as you see fit, I suppose. Yeah, so just 5 slides, not too bad. A little bit of a wiggle there, and it'll pop all the text into place, and we can make it look all nice. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this episode. I thought it'd be an interesting one, and we've managed to get it done fairly quickly through the wonders of editing. Have a nice day.